What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Cinema Asylum podcast. I am Matthew, one of the superhero and sci-fi experts.
I am Garrett. I am the Indian drama expert.
I am John Thompson. I am the action and animation expert, and what are we reviewing for tonight?
Today we are reviewing Mickey 17 from director Bong Joon-ho.
Bong Joon-ho.
Bong Joon-ho.
Yep, he directed Parasite, Snowpiercer. Have you guys seen
Oh
Snowpiercer?
yeah, I forgot about Snowpiercer.
Oh
I thought this
shoot!
was a
He's
first
also-
English movie.
I need to watch
Um,
that too. Yeah.
He's directed English movies before.
Okay.
He's also directed a Korean giant monster movie called The Host.
I
Not
wanted to see that.
not the Stephanie Meyer The Host.
Oh, yeah,
di-
thankfully.
completely different.
Not to be confused by it. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is his first real big movie after Parasite. I believe Parasite was his last movie.
Yeah.
Um,
Warner Brothers released this, so
yeah,
it's like a big studio
so
movie.
this is after Parasite, completely smashed the Oscars when it came out. First international film to win not only Best International Film, but also won Best Picture that year. I believe it's the first ever foreign film to ever do that, which is just crazy. And I absolutely adore Parasite, and I think it absolutely deserved to win Best Picture when it came out. So this is so Warner Brothers basically gave him a blank check and say like, dude, do whatever you want. And
He pretty much did
this
do
is-
that.
this is the movie that they gave him that to do. This is actually based on a book. I had no idea this was based on a novel
I didn't
until
either.
the end
Neither did I.
credits. Had no idea that existed. So would you like to care to explain the plot or the basic premise?
Yeah, the basic premise is Robert Pattinson plays someone known as an expendable, which
Mhm.
they basically
Named
si-
Mickey. Named
yeah.
Mickey Barnes.
Yeah,
Yep.
named Mickey Barnes. He basically signs a piece of paper and gives them permission to keep reprinting them every time he dies, like recloning them.
And this whole thing is based around a colonization effort to colonize this planet that has all these creatures they call them creepers in the film. Some are big, some are small, but yeah, it's this colonization effort, and in doing this ginormous task, it requires many different ways to live on the planet, find like vaccinations, explore all where everything can go wrong, and they need expendables to do that, and that's Robert Pattinson's Mickey in the film, as he gets reprinted 17 times just to find out all the different ways that this colonization can go wrong, and they find new solutions because of his
Death.
efforts in dying because of his death. And then things get interesting when he doesn't die in one of these small little tasks, and he goes back to the ship, and then he runs into a reprinted clone, and that's Mickey 18.
And he faces permanent deletion if
Yeah. And so basically, it's this whole game to figure out how they can both survive this and not get caught by the the colony that is trying to live on the planet. So that's the basic premise. There's a lot more going on throughout the film too.
There's a
Lots
lot.
of different characters coming in and out.
there's a lot with Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo, who is the bad guy, and Toni Collette.
Yeah.
First off, there's been a lot of divisive opinions on the two of them in the film because they are the villains. They are definitely the evil political characters who, it's pretty obvious that these guys are based off
Current
recent
political situations.
and modern political figures. I don't need to even name
No.
them, but it's obvious, and I don't think the film was trying to be subtle about it. I think Bong Joon-ho knew
It
what
was
he
supposed
was
to be like
doing.
a satire.
This is a satire film. This is not, pretty much all of Bong Joon-ho's films are satire in
Yeah.
each of their own ways. Parasite definitely is a satire.
Yeah.
The Host has a lot of satirical elements to it. Snowpiercer definitely as well.
Yes.
And a lot of it revolving around class struggle and the rich versus the poor, and many of the different aspects to both sides to that. And this film definitely explores that as well. So in the film, this film is much more comedic than some of his other films. Uh, this is less of a drama like Parasite is, which Parasite had dark comedic elements to it as well. But this is definitely more of the wacky side. The tone that my friend who I saw the movie with when the movie ended was like, the film actually felt like kind of like a modern take on like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy or something like that.
Even though it's different genre, I got Scream vibes, like a darkly comedic.
Yeah, very dark comedy, but a lot of like physical comedy as well. There's a lot of a lot of over the top elements to the film, and
the weirdest fracking threesome I've ever saw.
yes, oh my god, I can't wait to.
I
get
even
into
said it feels
that.
like a space version of Deadpool.
I wouldn't say Deadpool.
No.
Well,
I mean, just because of the comedy, but I didn't really see the comedy at all related to Deadpool.
Well, I
other
said
than
that
it's
because he was
R-rated.
talking to the audience. That's where I was getting at when I was watching it.
But it's not. He's not talking to the audience. That's just.
I mean, the narrator was.
The narration. And a lot of films have done something similar to that.
That's true.
I really like this film a lot. I had a blast watching it. I know it's not. It's kind of getting a little bit of polarizing reactions to it. Because it is coming off of a pretty much universally loved film like Parasite.
It is gonna get some Oscar love though.
Yeah, especially with your boy Pattinson.
Yeah,
Pattinson,
he's gonna get a
whether
Oscar.
you like this movie or not, and I've heard a lot of negative reviews about the film. The one thing that everyone says about this film is that Pattinson is absolutely spectacular in the film.
I do think he's getting an Oscar nom.
He has to. Like it is justified. He is incredible in this film and just continues to show just such an enormous range. And if anyone, because even when I saw Batman, I still heard a few people, not a lot, but I still did hear a few people still calling him Twilight Boy. I don't know how you can come out of this film and still call him that. It's just unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah, when I saw The Lighthouse, when I saw Good Time, which he's incredible in, the dude's been on a roll the past like almost 10 years.
I have things to say too about
he's
Robert
just
Pattinson. So.
yeah, he's great in Tenet too. It's just the guy continues to crush it, and this might be, I mean, this
is his era.
Good Time might be my favorite performance from him. I mean, it's tough. But this is easily top 3 best performances of his. Like, I think he talked in an interview, and I definitely noticed this when I saw the trailer, because he kind of talks like this through as Mickey 17, and Mickey 18 he talks very differently, but Mickey
with
17
a lot deeper voice, yeah.
Mickey 17 definitely, and I think he said this in an interview too, definitely sounds like Steve-O from Jackass, and the dude like completely detaches himself from his real life persona with his character, and his narration is just spot on throughout the film. So his physical acting, his comedy is just top notch. He had me laughing so hard in multiple points throughout the film, and yeah, I actually really love the comedy in this film. I thought it, for the most part, I know for some people it won't work because it is very silly. I think the comedy for me landed more than it didn't, and most of it came from Pattinson. I actually do like Mark Ruffalo and Toni Collette in this film, and
they're love to hate roles.
Yeah, they're obviously they're not subtle whatsoever. And I think Mark Ruffalo, because he played kind of a similarly kooky kind of role with Poor Things, and he was way over the top in that too. And I really enjoyed him in that, and I really enjoyed him in this too. I think it's a lot of political bias surrounding his performance, because it is very similar to what we have right now, and I feel like that with audiences especially, that's gonna play a big role with your political stance and whatever.
Like the movie or not.
I don't care. I just want an entertaining character, and for me, I found it very entertaining.
I will say, this is not like your typical blockbuster either.
No, oh god, no.
It is more of an Oscar type movie. So like certain people are not gonna. If you're going in expecting like a big sci-fi movie, you're not gonna probably.
It's
enjoy
very
it as much.
similar in tone, tone and style to another Bong Joon-ho movie that came out a few years ago called Okja, which had Tilda Swinton and Jake Gyllenhaal. Kind of a similar kind of kooky, weird kind of tone. And I mean, that's Bong Joon-ho's thing.
Yeah.
This,
So if you don't like Oscar,
I mean,
movies,
this movie does not feel like it's not your standard, sci-fi Hollywood film.
Right.
Absolutely not. It definitely is a Bong Joon-ho film.
like there were only 2 people in the theater when I saw it, including me.
Oh, it was packed for me
Yeah.
when I saw it.
But like that's the small town versus the big city.
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, true.
Like this is not your normal like rural area sci-fi film.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
People are gonna go for.
I think my audience had a good time watching it.
But there's probably a lot more cinephiles in Indianapolis too.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the film. It has problems. Not all of it like makes total sense, and there's a lot happening in it. And one other performance, Steven Yeun is also in the film. He's very good too. The performance I don't want to go unnoticed in the film is Naomi Ackie, who plays Nasha in the film, who is Pattinson's love interest. Both of them, which is insane. That's one of my favorite scenes in the film. The scene with the 3 of them, just so good.
Is that the Robert special?
Yes. Naomi is fantastic in this film. She has a so many great moments in the film, and Pattinson and her have great chemistry together. You really buy them as a couple, and another really hot couple on screen together.
Yeah.
You're gonna deny that, dude?
Oh no, it's not that. Oh boy, did I have a good experience with this one? Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not know it was gonna be a very much a comedy. Like I didn't know what to expect with this movie.
The recent trailer I think the recent trailer kind of showed more of the comedic sides.
Which I didn't watch any of the trailers.
Oh, you didn't see?
No.
Okay.
I watched the trailer and I thought it looked great. So this was me. We went to my most anticipated films of the year because I like sci-fi and I thought the film looked amazing. So I couldn't wait when I get to see. And this is just 2020 so far. This is the most insane movie I have ever seen so far in the 2020 decade.
With other movies like Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Well, the movies that I have seen. The movies I have seen in 2020. I haven't got to that movie yet.
Okay.
I've
seen
I heard it's really great. Though.
I've seen a lot of just weird shit so far in 2020. A lot of it good.
Look in the $5 bin at Walmart. It was there a few days ago.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it just came out 3 years ago. You gotta find it somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. But oh boy, it was just it was absolutely nuts. But you know what? I loved it.
How many people did you have in your theater?
It was me, and there was I think 3 or 4 older guys that were also there as well.
Okay, so you didn't have that many either.
No. Which before I get to my full thoughts on the movie, I would say I have a bad feeling it might underperform and it could bomb because of the divisiveness of the movie.
Well, actually, the cinema score. This has a higher cinema score than Captain America.
Oh, really?
Captain America had a B-. This is a B.
Oh, interesting.
For the type of movie that this is, because like I said, it's not your typical sci-fi film, and it definitely is. It is more of a niche film, just with a bigger budget.
Yeah.
And the kind of movie that this is, that the B is actually not bad.
Yeah, it's actually not bad at all. Yeah.
I mean, Nolan's some of Nolan's best sci-fi films, like Interstellar and Inception, got B+ when they came out. So it's not like I don't think audiences are not coming out of this film universally going this sucks. I mean, it's a divisive film.
It's doing better internationally.
It's not meant.
Oh, okay.
I don't think this film was ever predicted to be gangbusters big or anything.
Oh,
like
no,
that.
no.
But I think it would. The only reason it would underperform is just because of it had a budget of about 120 to 130, which isn't which is pretty medium sized.
Right.
Nowadays, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that might be a hindrance to it. But
Gotcha. Yeah.
I mean, they gave an Oscar-winning director, multi-Oscar-winning director, the money to do it because of his last film.
I mean,
was so
why
good.
not? He's good at what he does.
It's made 53 million so far.
Which isn't. I don't think that's horrible. I don't think that's alarming. Cause,
It has dropped every day though since Friday.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, getting about thoughts in the movie, I loved it. I was laughing a lot throughout this entire movie. Like, I was just thinking, this is just absolutely hilarious. I thought this movie was genius. It was smart. It was funny. Visually, it looked outstanding.
the visual effects in the film are
yeah.
extremely good.
Yeah.
Same with the cinematography.
Yeah, the cinematography is the guy who did Uncut Gems, Seven.
Oh,
he shot
okay.
Seven, and he shot a few of Fincher's films. I think he shot Panic Room as well.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
You got a high caliber cinematographer behind this, and
Absolutely.
I did not really most of the CG in the film, like the creatures and stuff, like it blended together extremely well. And
You could not
Absolutely.
tell it was
the
CG,
environments too, were
Yeah.
like most of the film takes place in like the snowy kind of environment, and other than that, it takes place in the ship.
Yeah.
The ship is very well designed too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm betting that was a prop, not CG. Like they actually built the ship.
yeah, I think so too. Yeah, visually, there's nothing wrong with the film at all. In my
Absolutely.
opinion.
Yeah.
Like,
It looked absolutely amazing. There are lots of times when I was watching a movie, I was asking myself, what in the world is going on here? Like, I was laughing so hard. I was like, what is with these crazy things that's happening in this movie? But I was just enjoying myself. It was so great. Mark Ruffalo was fabulous in this movie. He was so fun to watch.
talks in such a weird way.
It is. In a weird way, he's great.
And Toni Collette,
Toni Collette, she's
Why-
great.
has she won an Oscar? I think
she
she
did.
has.
I could see Mark getting nominated for an Oscar for this too.
Potentially.
Yeah,
I think
Maybe.
Pattinson's more likely, but
Yes.
I
yes,
hope
would-
so. I
would
hope
say
so. Yeah.
I'm gonna check that. I think she won. She was nominated for The Sixth Sense, so she didn't win.
Oh, okay,
Um,
gotcha.
I could see this getting a cinematography nom too.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Cinematography is
yeah.
very good.
And so, yeah, I thought that they were absolutely great. Robert Pattinson, I saved him for last because, not just because I absolutely agree with Robert Pattinson. He's brilliant in this movie. That leads to a couple of things. One, Twilight Boy is dead. Okay?
Yeah.
Anyone that says
Completely.
anyone that wants to blame the Twilight movie is because of Robert Pattinson, first off, it was not his fault.
He didn't even like doing the fucking thing.
No, he didn't.
Most of them didn't.
No.
Kristen Stewart.
They did it for the paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The reason why the Twilight movies were not great, it wasn't because of
Because
Robert
the books
Pattinson.
fucking suck.
Yeah, it's just the scripts were not very good. So don't blame Robert Pattinson on that
When
one.
you have not good material, I mean, you can. Sometimes it comes out good, but like most of the time it doesn't because you're not building it on good foundation.
Exactly. I mean, they didn't. They just gave him a bad script. That was the problem with the Twilight films. Was the script wasn't very good. And
Good actors can only make a bad movie so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Kristen Stewart too, in many films I've seen, has proved that her Twilight stigma wrong too. I mean,
Yeah.
she gave probably my favorite performance of 2021 with Spencer when she played Princess Diana.
Oh, okay.
I thought she was absolutely
Shoot, she was
brilliant.
better even before Twilight. She was good in Panic Room when
Yeah,
she was like a little kid.
She was good in Panic Room, and
Oh,
she's
I
had many.
I
she's had
didn't
many.
know she was in that movie.
She was Jodie Foster's
I
daughter.
probably need to watch Panic Room. I heard it's good.
It's really good.
Yes.
Yeah. So as that's the first thing, and the second thing about Robert Pattinson, I saw this really dumb post this morning about this whole how the Batman is crap. Okay.
The what is crap?
The Batman.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why? That's not even worth bringing up. It's just.
It's just okay. My thing is that anybody can have a certain feeling about a certain movie. That is one of those instances where I was thinking, why did you hire Robert Pattinson to begin with? Because he was phenomenal as the Batman. Which, by the way, I got my Batman shirt for a reason
probably
to represent him. So
He's
there you
probably
go.
my favorite Batman performance.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
And anyone that said that that's actually crap, and the fact that Paul agrees with it, like, okay, Paul, look, your takes were horrible, so you're wrong. You're wrong. And secondly,
Let him cook.
and secondly, bro, it's a masterpiece of a filmmaking. Second, third, they're working on the Batman Part 2 for a reason. So,
and
honestly,
he's in the Odyssey too, isn't he?
Yeah.
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 So honestly,
Yeah.
guys, be
And a
quiet.
second
Shush.
Nolan movie.
You guys are wrong.
Every A-lister who's been in anything in the last 10 years is going to be in the Odyssey at this point.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Bernthal.
And also, let's not get started over this whole terrible take on Mad Max Fury Road. My bug. But anyways, Robert Pattinson is amazing. Absolutely love him in this movie. He's great. But everybody that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the third act, which we'll get to a little bit later. The third act was great. Overall, I really enjoyed the whole movie. I hope it does get some Oscar love. I really hope it does.
I think it will.
It's just a very fun movie, and
it's
unless
just
there are
fun.
other movies that are like better than this one, this probably might make my best movies of the year, possibly.
I did not go into this movie. A lot of people probably went into this movie expecting, something like Parasite, and it's really not
Right.
like Parasite. Like, these are very different movies. Bong Joon-ho doesn't like making the same movie over and over again. He likes to experiment and do a bunch of stuff with his filmography, and
Exactly.
I think we should support that. And
We should all
I think
strive for that as filmmakers.
Yes,
Absolutely.
he made it. In my opinion, he made a very fun and enjoyable, quirky, sometimes uneven, sci-fi comedy, and I thought he pulled it off.
Yeah. Yeah, I
would say
I had a great time. I
would
loved
say
it.
the third act is where things got a little bit too crazy for me, like in terms of like the plot and what we
Yeah.
were aiming for. And
Okay.
it was a fun sequence. It was kind of like losing focus in the third act, a little bit more than where the first two acts were going. But for me, it didn't ruin the experience for me, and I still found it very enjoyable. The ending, though, which we'll get into spoilers with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like to stay spoiler free, like I thoroughly enjoyed the film. It's not perfect by any means, but I came out of the film and I got pretty much exactly the film that I thought I was gonna get. And not the film. I can easier than most people. I can set most of the time my expectations at the door, and just like go for the film that I feel like the director wanted to make. And overall, I think this is the film that Bong Joon-ho intended, and I enjoyed what he intended. So
I know people say that Taika Waititi takes his directing a little too serious with the Thor movies. Maybe he should have learned that from him for directing Mickey 17. Maybe like tone it down and do what he's doing.
I think
it just came to my mind.
I think these are different circumstances.
Yeah.
I can see the similarity because, like, Taika's Thor movies and some of his other films, this is also a silly sci-fi movie. I just think this one did it far better than Love and Thunder did.
Yes.
And I'll give you that. I'll definitely give you that. Yeah.
This film at least looked good.
Yeah. I did see your star rating, and I can tell. I'm guessing it was.
Don't give my star rating.
I wasn't gonna say the number of star rating, but I can tell this probably was not your type of sci-fi movie that you like
We'll
loved
get
that
to that
much.
at the end. Calm down.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell us more.
It's just, I don't know. I'm not really a satire person. Like, I don't like spoof movies. I thought it was well made.
Yeah.
Robert's performance was great. And
None of you guys have brought up Naomi's performance, which I find a little troubling.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, I said everyone was great. So.
yeah.
But she had several scenes where she stole the show.
Yeah, she had some good scenes where she like freaked out and stuff, and
yeah,
it was really well acted.
Mm-hmm.
But Yeah, I thought more of the movie would honestly be in space than what actually was.
No, I think I I can see where you're coming from.
But then again, I didn't watch the trailers just based on what I've heard.
Yeah, most of the trailers just showed them on the planet,
Okay.
so I didn't really think the movie was gonna do that.
Yeah.
And I knew most of it was gonna take place in the ship.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Some of it was just a little bit too off for me, I guess.
it is
I figured.
like in silliness. You mean?
Yeah.
It's not going to be for everybody.
Like the dinner scene between him and the higher ups.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
It was.
I'm not gonna lie, I was laughing a lot when
I
saw that
was
scene, and I shouldn't be, but it was too funny not to laugh.
As funny as a person.
Pattinson's physical comedy in that scene is just so good.
As much as I like joking around, I'm not big into comedy. Like Deadpool does it well for me, but like Three Stooges does it well for me. But like overall, I'm not a big comic person.
Okay, it makes sense.
Yeah, it was a little bit too quirky for my taste. I feel. It was still a well done sci-fi, but like it detracted from like the serious tone of like my favorite sci-fi movies.
I guess. Yeah, I like my serious sci-fi movies.
Yeah.
But I do, and I do from time to time really just I love like the silly ones too. When they're good, when they're done well, and this one I think was done very well.
I will say, even though it is silly, it does fit into that well-made sci-fi category of like Dune, Interstellar, Blade Runner.
Yeah,
It still fits into that.
It still
same
has
level.
that kind of production level.
Yeah.
And yeah, you have
Absolutely.
You have a world-class director behind it.
In cinematographer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Seven's one of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah.
Which I have no idea he was. That's the same cinematographer to
And
to a movie that I
and
absolutely
Uncut
love.
Gems too.
I've not seen Uncut Gems yet.
Oh, don't watch it. You will. Your heart would give out if you watched it. Like so much anxiety from that film. You could not handle it.
Probably not.
The second time I saw it twice. I saw Uncut Gems twice in theaters because it genuinely is an amazing film.
I thought it was a Netflix original.
No, I saw it in theaters.
Oh, okay.
It's an A24 film.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Netflix.
No, I saw that film twice in theaters just because I thought it was just an incredible film. The second time I saw it, I came out of it and went home. I had an anxiety attack. It was so much.
Ooh, boy.
If a film like that is too much for me, oh man,
I'll be in the hospital.
Yeah, it might be fatal for you. So
probably with how bad my anxiety
I would
is.
not try it. I would not try it without.
Yeah, I think I'll skip that one.
Unless you take like 5 Xanax before you watch it.
or talk to Dylan.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying about this movie. Cause this is not going to be for everybody. For making sense.
Oh no!
I said or talk to you. A movie causing a lot of anxiety. Garrett said not to watch unless I take like 5 Xanax before I said or talk to you.
But anyway, yeah, it definitely won't be for everybody. Like I can even
most of Bong Joon-ho's films aren't really for everyone.
Right.
And
they're
of
more
course,
for the cinephiles.
Yeah.
And of course, it's the same thing for Blade Runner. It's not going to be for everybody either for Blade Runner, but I loved it for what it was, for the visuals, and also I thought the storytelling was very fascinating. And I watched the final cut. I was able to get it right the first time, which was very rare because you got to watch it multiple times to understand it. Same thing with Mickey 17. I got it the first time. So if your brain works, you should be fine. But if it doesn't work for you, well, probably watch it 3 or 4 more times and you'll understand.
I actually, I had an idea, Garrett. I think you might like this. So there's 4 total Dune books in like the main series.
Yeah.
Denise doing the first. They split obviously first 1 and 2 parts. So it's gonna be 5 total movies. Denise doing 3 movies. Apparently they want Gareth Edwards for the 4th movie. Can we get Nolan for the final one and have Nolan, Edwards, and
that
Phillip?
would be crazy.
Dude, you would explode with excitement if that happens.
That would be the
too.
best directed series of all time.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. You would be so
Him
happy.
or,
if Warner Brothers can forgive him and bring him back.
I mean, that might. It's a possibility.
Yeah.
That's true.
I feel
I
like
don't
he
know.
would do, if he wants to do another sci-fi movie. I feel like he'd really do well with Dune.
Yeah. Unless he gets because there's all those talks about him directing Bond.
Yeah.
Which to me he already kind of has directed a Bond movie, and that was with Tenet.
Get
which
Henry
was very
Cavill to play Bond.
Yeah.
I mean, we are going to get the Nolan series for next year. I don't know if I can watch Tenet again. I don't know.
It's not one of his better ones.
I tried to love this movie.
I love it.
I really tried, but man, I can't. I couldn't hear the dialogue or
it's puzzling.
anything.
It's a puzzling film.
It is.
I've watched it multiple times. I still don't understand a fucking thing about it. But
that's another conversation for another day.
I don't know.
Are we getting to spoiler territory on this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
To give my final grade for it would be about an 8.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I did not have the expectations going in for it, like that this was going to be the next Parasite. Because I knew like Bong Joon-ho is going to do something different with it, and he did, and I liked what he did with it. So
I gave it a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay.
The fact that I actually liked this more than Captain America: Brave New World was a shocker. Was a shocker
better
to
than
me.
Captain America: Brave New World.
I was shocked on that one, so I'll give it a 10. I loved it. It was.
You have.
I had a blast. It was fun. And I definitely would like to see more of him doing more sci-fi movies because of that.
Watch some of his older films, like
Snowpiercer.
Memories of a Murder, Parasite, of course. The Host is a really fun take on a giant monster movie.
Is Parasite streaming anywhere?
What? I thought it was streaming on Hulu.
If not, I can let you borrow the Blu-ray.
I have it on Blu-ray too.
Yeah. Maybe I haven't watched it because I guess I'm not into reading subtitles. I don't know.
I guess so.
But maybe I'll watch it someday.
Or just try the dubbed somewhere.
I'll probably do that.
In terms of subtitled movies, I really need to see Train to Busan still.
Yep, absolute must. Paul should see it, but I know he's not gonna like it because he has such weird taste. But getting into spoilers. So yeah. How Mickey gets into this situation of getting on this mission is a movie in and of itself.
Yeah,
like that whole plot of him getting involved with like that criminal and all that. Like I
trying to open a macaroon store.
Yes, a macaroon store with that one guy and Steven Yeun. Yeah, that was crazy to begin with.
That just set the tone for the whole movie.
Yeah. And so the movie starts off kind of in the middle of the film where Mickey the 17. This is how he gets presumed dead because each time they only copy Mickey when they know for sure he's dead, and they presume Mickey's the 17 one is dead because he falls into this chasm where all these creepers are, these giant creatures that are on the planet. And Steven Yeun just decides not. He knows that 17 is alive and could probably get out of there, but doesn't take him and just lets the creepers do whatever to him, and that's where the movie cuts to the beginning of the story.
How does it feel to die?
How does it feel to die? Yeah, great dialogue in that part. That's where we get kind of the backstory for Mickey and how he gets into the colonization mission as an expendable. That part where did you read the paperwork? And he's like, yeah, I read it. I should have read it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like the narration in the film. I thought it lent itself to a lot of the comedy going on in it. Then that's where he meets Nasha, who's played by Naomi Aki.
That's where the love connection starts.
Hell of a love scene between these two. Good God.
Yeah.
Man, that was hot.
That's where the what in the world is going on thing. That's when I started to see
during
that.
this speech that Mark Ruffalo is giving to all the people on the ship during that part.
They were drawing something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was. I love that.
I'm not gonna say, but I was just like,
that does it does lead to something near the end of the film, like
and I was like, what?
a weird way to do it, but it does go somewhere
Yeah.
in the climax with climax.
That was always so much fun.
What was the because it's these sex positions that they create for themselves, and
B6.
Was it B6 that he calls out to get her attention?
It's either B6 or C6.
I think it was C6.
I think it was C6. Yes. Yeah. That was great. Then it's a really one thing a lot of people are talking about is that they do a montage where it shows Mickey dying and getting copied over and over again. I like the
most
part.
hilarious way.
I like the part where they don't even give him like the conveyor belt in the printer machine is really cool and how it's designed.
It is.
Really good.
And this part where he gets printed out and they don't even give him a conveyor belt to like fully come out, so he just flops on the ground naked. that was a fun sight gag.
Now you know why it's rated R.
Oh yeah.
At least one of them.
Yeah. In case you can tell with the hell of a sex scene between Nasha and Mickey.
And that's why I told you not to get naked on this episode, John.
You didn't have to share that, bro.
Isn't Pattinson in his early 40s or something like that?
He's like 38.
The dude, yeah. My sister is a Twilight fan. She still is Pattinson,
good for her.
Pattinson is her man, and I'm pretty sure she would faint if she saw. She does want to see this film, I think, and I think she would faint at some of the parts.
He'll be 39 in about 2 months.
God damn!
Wow,
carries himself very well. So we get so the montage doesn't show each of the Mickeys dying. It just kind of combs over some of the highlights of it. What'd you guys think of that? Like, personally, I didn't need to see all the Mickeys dying. I think we got plenty of fun and crazy ways that he dies.
I feel like if they showed like one or two, it would make sense, but not like every single one.
Yeah, we don't need that. Maybe because I'm sure it goes over that in the book. And
it just drags it on more.
Yeah, you don't. A shorter montage, I think, gets the idea across.
I feel like this movie could have been 5 to 10 minutes shorter. And that's not normal for me to say something like that.
No, it's
because you love Walt movies. Yeah,
I do.
And I like Walt movies too. But
and this is already like a close to 2.5-hour movie. So
I want to see a movie called Until the End of the World. It's like almost 5 hours long.
Oh,
I have not seen that.
Lord. But what I was going to get myself to is that I saw there were so many Robert Pattinson. I was worried I was going to get confused of why there were so many. But since
there's only two at a time.
But since they explained it why there were so many, I didn't get confused. I was thinking, phew, thank goodness. So.
Yes.
Yeah, I was initially under the impression that there were like 50 running around all at once.
No, and I got. Speaking of, we were talking about the visual effects. The visual effect of combining the two of them in each shot is incredible.
It is.
Like
it is.
We've had many movies do that very well.
Face Off. No, not Face Off. Why did I say Face Off?
Flash.
Flash, yeah.
Yeah, I think the Flash did it very well. In having the two different actors with the same face interacting.
The TV show, right?
No,
the movie.
I think the movie did it well too.
That's true. That's true.
I know a lot of people, the VFX and the Flash get a lot of bad rap, and for good reason. But that's the visual effect. I think for the most part
that
was
very
seamless.
That's true.
But no, I the two of them share a lot of the same frame in most of the movie, and they do it extremely well. And I can't imagine how hard that must have been. And yeah, they do it seamlessly, and several times in the film they interact with each other throughout the scenes, and it's done extremely well.
It is.
I don't know if they use the digital face.
That's what I'm guessing.
On the stunt double, they probably did. The Flash did that too, where they had a double and Ezra Miller act in the scene together.
Yeah.
But no, I did not notice any off moment with the effect. I think each time they did it, I thought it was great. So that's when Mickey 17 is pronounced dead, but he's not. The creepers are actually more compassionate than they are led onto. So 17 sneaks back onto the ship, and then that's when we have the great scene that you see in the trailer where 17 lays down in the bed, 18 gets up out of the bed, and they look at each other, and 17 just screams in such a comedic way. Pattinson, great scene, and that's when they kind of have like a nice kind of Three Stooges physical comedy-esque scene where they're trying to like hide from the rest of the ship and the crew and everything, especially revolving around like the death pit, like that they send the bodies in.
That was one of my favorite scenes.
It's just an extended scene, very entertaining. Steven Yeun almost gets sent down that pit at one point. Then probably
that did give me Three Stooges vibes.
Yes, that was very.
What I was gonna say, the one I find so funny was, boy, Naomi, she was so happy that she had two.
Oh my God,
Mickey. 17 and 18. Here, I'm going to write 17 on your chest.
Yes.
You are 18. I get 2 Robert Pattinson. All right.
This is so exciting. Her performance.
That's where. That's what Matthew was talking about. With the whole. With that whole thing. And
I was fully expecting to see because they don't go that. They almost do.
You were expecting to see the Pattinson?
I was fully expecting to see a full-on threesome scene, with the ooh la la part, but it does get cut off by, I think, a character that, in my opinion, probably could have been cut out of the movie. This Kai. Can't remember the actor's.
She was very underutilized for being in the movie.
I'd say I definitely could have used more character development out of her.
Are you talking about the white actress there?
Yes.
With the black hair?
Yeah, with the dark hair.
I liked her, though. I thought she was good.
I think her performance was fine.
She was just very underutilized.
Okay.
Yeah, I think more could have been done with her. Oh, man, this actress's name, Ana Maria Vardalohme. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
I think you did. That was very good.
I hope so. I'm not too terribly sure.
What all has she been in, does it say?
I actually don't. I do not recognize her from anything. If she's been, okay, I'm looking at her. Yeah, I've not seen. She's French Romanian, so she's in a lot of French films.
Yeah.
Most of these I have not seen.
I guess we got some work to do.
I guess so. She was in a movie she was in recently. She was in a recent adaptation of Count of Monte Cristo, which I actually have heard is very good.
There's only been 50 or 60 versions of that come out.
Yeah, so this one came out in 2024. Maria, that's weird because last year there was a Angelina Jolie film called Maria, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting. But yeah, what I was gonna say was here's an idea. Here's what they should have done. She should have had Mickey 18. Naomi could have had Mickey 17. They could have had 2 Robert Pattinsons.
Oh,
so,
I mean, they could have.
They tried that.
That would have been much better.
They tried.
Yeah, they did try.
Kai tried that and
didn't quite work.
Yeah.
Nope. Which we'll get to why later.
And then we get to this fancy dinner scene. Mickey 17 gets invited to this dinner with God damn it, what's the Ruffalo? It is Marshall, Kenneth Marshall, and Ilfa. Ilfa is Toni Collette's character's name.
That's where the movie gets even more insane.
Sauce. I've never heard the word sauce called out so much in a movie before until this one, because that's Toni Collette's big thing. Because from these creepers, there's this essence from them, what they call the sauce, and they eat like meals with the sauce, and it's very, very tasty, and it's very valuable to them. And they're eating this dinner with the sauce, and then just hijinks ensue where I guess was he poisoned or what? So Pattinson Mickey gets poisoned in this scene
with a new sauce.
With a new sauce, and he just is flopping on the ground, damn near close to death, and he doesn't die.
Screaming in pain.
Screaming in pain, just so. incredibly loud, and he gets back up at a point, and he's just like flopping all over the room, like destroying everything.
They bring a painkiller drug in.
Yeah.
And then they're like, it's not working.
It's not working, as Ruffalo.
That's probably why I started laughing so hard. Oh my gosh. It's not supposed to be funny because death is not funny at all.
It was supposed to be.
It's funny, but
it's funny and how just crazy and horrifying it is. And,
true.
And Pattinson's like makeup and acting in that film in that scene is just very on point. And then we kind of have a love technically it's a love square, because there's four of them. We
First
have
time for everything.
the two Mickeys, and we have the two Mickeys with Nasha and what was her name? Kai. 17 kind of is getting a little bit involved with Kai in one scene. Important, plot point that's introduced in the earlier part of the film. Kai's friend and lover gets killed in one of the tasks where
Mickey they think Mickey dies.
Yeah. So she's grieving over that, and because Mickey has died so many times, it kind of brings up one of the themes of the film, and like what does it mean to die? What is it like to die? That Stephen Yen comically, asks in the opening scene, like, what does it feel like to die? And we get a more serious scene with that, and it's a very well acted scene. It's very well written too, between Pattinson and the other actress. I'm not gonna butcher her name again if I did. Then eventually the two Mickeys are found out. They're multiples, because multiples are illegal still, even in this mission. Even though Marshall fought to multiples were pretty much banned on their planet, but Marshall allows them to do printing, and that's how we get multiples with the asterisk to it. But then he finds out that there are like multiple people running around, and one of them's not dead. So that's where we get like the setup for the big climax, because Mickey 18 wants to kill Marshall. That's 18's goal throughout the rest of the film, because 17 is a very shy and timid and scared character, while 18 is more like kind of is darker and more seasoned, is how I would put it, and is just he's very driven to like break the system that caused all of this.
17 is Robin, 18 is Batman.
Yeah. It's kind of a fun way to put it.
You know what? Yeah, I can see it. I didn't think about that.
And the scene where 18 is just about to kill Marshall, and 17 is because they're trying to stop 18 from killing him, because Marshall is trying to exterminate the creepers. Like I said, it does get the third act does get pretty complicated, and I think it could have used a little bit more tightening up, or at least a little bit less, all these different plot points leading together. And it does lead together. It just got a little too messy for my taste. But so yeah, the Marshalls are basically wanting them to the Mickeys, because they've had luck in communicating with the creepers, and being able to communicate with them to either give up the planet, or they will all die. And so the Mickeys do talk with the main creeper, and the creeper gives them an ultimatum where because I forgot to bring this up too, they have a baby creeper. So it's kind of like the Lost World in a way, where they had a baby T-Rex, and the mommy's very angry.
Don't fear the creeper.
Yeah, this is gonna be. There's gonna be 2 Warner Brothers movies, I just realized, in the next month or so that have creepers in it. Minecraft.
Oh yeah.
Oh God. Yeah.
I'm curious to see how that Minecraft movie
I
turns out.
am. Oh, if the reviews are good, I'll watch it. But if it's bad, no, I'm not watching this at
Are
all.
you a Minecraft player? Are you a Minecraft fan?
I've never played.
Like, okay, I definitely seen Minecraft, but I definitely have never played it. I know it's a very, very, very popular game, but all you do is just build, and that's it. That's all you do is build,
and
survive.
survive.
And survive. And they're trying to do this in a movie. Why? How does that
I'm
work?
gonna see it regardless whether the reviews are bad or not. The reviews are probably gonna be bad. But
yeah,
I feel like there's a chance that it could be
Jack
good.
Black is in it.
Jack Black is the guy.
I love
Steve.
Jack Black and I love Jason Momoa, but they look so miscast. My gosh,
It's they're clearly not taking it seriously.
Barely not. They're not going for Oscar-worthy screenplay. I know that.
This is directed by the guy who did Napoleon Dynamite, by the way.
They're going for a Barbie type thing going on.
Yeah, and I think the movie's going to be a hit regardless. Yeah. I think it has all the makings of a hit film.
Yeah. I do feel like it's going to be a Barbie type situation. Probably not as financially successful, but
Wait, what'd you say?
I think it's going to be a Barbie type situation where it's like crazy marketing and
financially successful. Well, Barbie
it's
was
not going to be as financially successful as Barbie.
No,
not anywhere close.
No.
Oh, right, Napoleon. Oh, and I love Napoleon Dynamite too. I've
actually never seen that.
Dude, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh
my god.
Dude. Okay.
Well, he also did have you seen Nacho Libre?
I seen that movie and I like it.
He also did Nacho Libre too.
Dude, first you never seen Spaceballs. You never seen Wall-E.
Haven't seen The Godfather.
You haven't seen The Godfather. Jumanji. You never seen Napoleon Dynamite.
Haven't seen Jumanji.
And you never seen Jumanji.
Haven't seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I haven't seen it. I've probably only seen it once, and it has been a very long time. So,
bro, I know you watched a lot more movies than I have, but I've seen over 720 movies. I have seen a few of those movies. So.
I am going to knock off The Godfather in the next 2 weeks.
Good.
Getting off Minecraft.
Yes.
Let's go back to
yes, please do.
Mickey. So yeah, this is the climax. Revolves around they have to get because they're holding the creeper, the baby creeper. The marshals are in the ship because they're trying to kill this thing. And
don't kill this adorable creeper.
The baby creepers are adorable in
Shoot
this.
It to pieces.
I love the creepers in this.
Okay, Anakin Skywalker. Jeez.
Yes, kill all the younglings.
They're so ugly. They're adorable. They're like bulldogs. But
you like to see children die, guys. I'm sorry you have to hear that. and watch that.
Anyway.
God Almighty.
They're trying to get the baby creeper back to the mama, and the other ultimatum is that they have to. They have to kill the Mark Ruffalo's character, and so Mark Ruffalo has the buttons that will self-detonate the Mickeys if they go rogue, if something goes wrong. So yeah,
I was kind of thinking both of them was going to explode.
No, I kind of knew where it was going. I had a feeling that 18 was going to be the one to sacrifice himself.
Gotcha.
I figured that too.
Yeah.
Because the character arc made sense. Mickey 17's arc is basically him learning. The whole theme of the movie or the message is that it's finding your true self-value, because obviously Mickey in the film offers willingly agrees to die over and over again because he sees no other worth in himself, and over the course
love is the true meaning.
Finds love and finds love in himself. And I think that's the message of the film.
Yeah.
And I feel 17 had to live, and 18 had to die, and that's what happens. 18 sacrifices himself and blows himself up with Marshall, and the creatures are all saved, and the
explosion was awesome.
The explosion was cool, and the humanity and the creepers are able to live together in a more peaceful harmony on the planet. And then we get to the ending of the film, which is interesting.
It is.
with the kind of fake out dream sequence, which I'm not even sure if it was a fake out.
I don't know.
It's kind of a question mark because I feel like that whole sequence has to mean something like metaphorically, because Bong Joon-ho's films all have a metaphor of some kind, visually. I mean, so the wrist bleeding. What?
What are you laughing about?
Finger to the throat means death. Metaphor.
God. Anyway, so
you got issues, Matthew.
Ilfa in this so in the dream sequence, there's this big ceremony where 17 is watching as Nasha is they basically destroy the copying machine for good, so that no more copies can be made of anyone.
Good.
And as she's doing that, and he kind of has the sequence where you think that he goes back to the ship, and then he goes back up to the copying machine, and Ilfa, who has supposed to be like dead, like she's supposed to be like she committed suicide because she was sent to those cages that the prisoners were, and she willingly took her own life. And
well, I thought they said she slit her wrist.
Yeah, she slit her wrist.
So that would be why the blood was running down her wrist.
Yeah, that's what that meant.
Yeah.
But it's all about like whether it's been a few days since I've seen it, so I don't have all the details in my head about what she says in the scene. But the gist of it is that like I think the idea is that Mickey is supposed to be scared of this, and then at the end of this dream sequence, 18 kind of comes out of him as the more dominant side of Mickey, and like rejects what Ilfa is saying to him, and then he wakes up out of his dream, and that's where the movie basically ends.
Interesting.
Kind of an interesting because there are multiple books in this series.
Okay.
So maybe it was setting up for a sequel if they do a sequel to
if it performs well enough.
Yeah. That whole sequence kind of has me shaking, like scratching my head. What did you guys come out of it with?
I think it was just him with a fear of the unknown of the future. That's why he had that dream.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was thinking
that
too.
It was just a dream.
I'm saying it, and I also think that the sequel idea I have in mind is because maybe that wasn't just the one copying machine, that there are others.
Yeah.
And they're copies of. That's what I thought originally. I was like, this was a copy of her, of Ilfa, of Toni Collette's character.
Okay.
So like she copied herself, and maybe other characters copied themselves, and that could potentially lead to other conflicts in another story. So, I mean, that's the possibility I thought.
Yeah, I could be
happened.
wrong, but I wouldn't think this opens up for a sequel. Like again, I didn't know there were possible multiple books.
It doesn't need a sequel.
That's true. Yeah, I personally think that the ending, I love the way it ended.
It ends
right there.
It has the Terminator 2 kind of ending. Like it's got like you have a good conclusion there. You don't need to continue it. Yeah. So hopefully they don't.
We don't need a Mickey 18 or Mickey 19.
The sequel is called Antimatter Blues.
Really.
Space colonist Mickey Barnes, aka Mickey 17, is a former expendable on the hostile colony world of Nephilim. Several years after the events of Mickey 7, it's called Mickey 7, not 17.
So the book is called Mickey 7, and the movie is called Mickey 17.
Mickey finds himself at odds with his superior over the fate of an antimatter bomb that he hid away to make peace with the local sentient creatures in the colony. Mickey's efforts to retrieve the bomb and use its antimatter to refuel the colony's power source takes him on a narrow road between two warring factions of the planet's native inhabitants, the Creepers and the Spider-like Collective. Guided by the colony's security team and speaker, the Creeper representative, Mickey learns what it means to live life without a backup.
So that would mean that there are more creatures on this planet.
Yeah, spider-like creatures.
Huh, interesting.
So that would be kind of cool.
It would be. That would make sense for a sequel, not just a retread.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. maybe with a different actor or something like that.
No, it wouldn't be a different actor.
No, it'd still be Pattinson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That would make the most sense.
Probably.
I don't know.
I didn't realize that the scientist woman with the glasses.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Her name's like Patsy Darren, I think.
Yeah.
She was in Tom and Jerry, the live action movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which you and I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hated it. I
Oh,
fucking
come
hated
on.
It.
Yeah.
Dude, that movie's
Tom and
awful,
Jerry is
man.
fun. Come on.
She was the weird.
I don't like movies like that. The live action with the fucking.
Yeah, she was in.
The Tom and Jerry parts of that movie were fine. The rest of it, awful.
Oh,
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I loved it.
She was the weird hotel.
Oh, you're right.
The one
now
everybody was like don't want to be around.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, that's her.
I enjoyed it. I find it underrated. I like it a lot.
Tim Story directed that.
That's true.
God.
That was fantastic.
God damn it.
But anyway,
you had to bring that movie up.
Yeah. But
Which
anyway,
one?
overall,
Tom and Jerry.
Oh.
Yeah. But overall, it's fun. It's a really fun movie, and people need to check it out. And WTD for themselves.
Yeah. A lot. There's been a lot of fun movies that that aren't getting like universal love because I guess people were expecting different things out of them. It's kind of a similar reaction The Monkey is getting, where that movie is very much a dark comedy, and it's my type of comedy. I loved it. I guess some people just wanted a more serious tone out of that. Companion, which is getting universal love. If you guys haven't seen Companion,
Yeah, I've not yet.
Check. You would like it.
I know.
You would absolutely.
I know I'm gonna watch
it. It's not really horror. It's more sci-fi, and
Yeah.
it's very good. Great performances in that. That's if I would have to say favorite movie of the year so far, Companion would probably be number one.
The Gorge is mine right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mickey said this would probably be number 2 or 3.
Still got lots of movies to go though, but
absolute cinema of Thunderbolt.
Novocaine is coming out
next week,
which is getting great reviews.
Jack Wade.
What else comes out next week?
Electric State.
Looney Tunes, The Day the Earth Blew Up, also comes out worldwide March 14th.
Something else.
Which,
comes
as a Looney Tunes
out.
fan, excited to see it.
Something else comes out next week.
Yeah, I forgot what it was.
Damn it. Hold on. 2025.
Yeah, and then the week after we got Ash coming out, which is that sci-fi.
Yeah,
movie.
I didn't realize that was a Shudder movie.
Yeah,
it's coming out in most theaters, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm still waiting to hear from the theater in town if they're going to be showing it.
I'm pretty sure most of the AMC's are.
Yeah.
It does look interesting. I don't know a thing about it. I don't know what the story is. So.
I don't really know either. All I know is it's giving me Event Horizon vibes.
I personally I want to go in the movie fresh.
Yeah.
Like I like to go into most movies fresh, but
do you agree though? It gives Event Horizon vibes.
Yeah,
from the trailer.
I'd say that.
Yeah.
Snow White.
You can go ahead and watch that yourself.
Yeah,
I don't.
Exactly. I know.
I know
a lot of you guys are not excited for that movie. I'm excited to see it. So
you already know how I feel about these.
I know.
The Disney live
I was only
action
doing
stuff.
that to sort of irritate you. I didn't know if it worked or not.
It's weird. I didn't know who was directing the movie until like a few months ago when the first trailer. Mark Webb is directing it.
Yeah,
I know. And
Amazing
I was surprised,
Spider-Man,
and I was
Mark
thinking this ought to work. So
I'm excited for reviewing
and
Ash.
The one thing that does have me interested in it, Greta Gerwig is writing the script for it.
Okay.
So, and she's a great writer.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know that.
I don't know. Maybe.
She's a very good writer.
But Jon Favreau is a good director, and well, I like the Jungle Book. Lion King, I don't feel the need to talk about.
I know.
But I don't know.
But there's lots of good movies to look forward to review it.
It'll probably do fine.
Yeah.
The Snow White remake will probably do fine.
Yeah.
I'm excited because when we review Ash, we're also doing a review rewind of Event Horizon.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a nice double episode.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. Which
guys have any other thoughts about this?
which I did enjoy. All I can say is that it's a fun movie. Definitely go check it out.
The other movie that's coming out next weekend that I am definitely interested in, the other Soderbergh movie. He's had 2 movies.
Presents.
Black Bag.
Oh yeah.
Which has Fassbender, and it's basically a spy thriller. it's it
I
definitely
love Michael
has like
Fassbender.
yeah, it's a classic spy thriller of like
Okay.
a betray, like double crossing and stuff.
Yeah.
It's got Pierce Brosnan, Kate Blanchett in it.
Wow.
Great cast.
If that's showing here, I'll go see it
Yes.
before next week so we can
Yeah,
review it.
I think you from the tone. Watch the trailer. I think it's definitely up your alley. It's,
Okay.
Nice.
It has Fincher vibes to
Yeah.
it too. It looks cool. It's
I did
get-
a double
that's getting good reviews too. It's both Novocaine and
Yeah.
Black Bag are getting great reviews.
And those type of films
Nice.
aren't released in theaters much anymore.
Mhm.
It usually goes direct to DVD, and they're not usually that good.
I am very excited for
That's the first
Novocaine.
time I ever
It's
heard of
great.
Black Bag. First time I
Yeah,
ever heard
I watched
about it.
Mile 22, with Mark Wahlberg,
Oh, I did not like
and
that.
Honest Thief with Liam Neeson.
Oh, that was one of Liam Neeson is in a lot of those types of movies.
Yeah,
now.
I just looked at the Black
Yeah,
Bag. Yeah,
everyone is a
it is
discount
getting excellent
version of
reviews.
Taken.
Mhm.
Man, lots of
I mean,
movies need to go see.
What else? Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson movies like Taken. Like, how many of those are there? Like 200.
Yeah, there's like 60 Taken-esque movies that he's done.
Some
ever
of
since
it,
Taken.
like the last good one I watched of
Cold
his,
Pursuit was really
Cold
good.
Pursuit, I really enjoyed,
Yeah.
and it was more of a dark comedy
Yeah.
more than anything else. It wasn't exactly like Taken. It was kind of like a tongue-in-cheek kind of
Yeah.
thing like that. I really enjoyed it.
But
um,
needless to say, there'll be lots of movies to look forward to and to
Yeah.
review. So,
Yeah,
guys,
It's gonna be an interesting month, and the Until Dawn movie is coming out.
Oh
which
yeah.
I'm still curious about because
Yeah.
David F. Sandberg is a great director.
Won't be as good as Borderlands.
Wait, what?
It won't be as good as Borderlands.
Like, I think the trailers are making it clear that it's taking a very different turn from the game.
Yeah.
I think they're upfront about that, and as far as I know, Borderlands had such a humongous trouble
It did.
pre-production like for years, and as far as I know, Until Dawn it hasn't had that like issues like that.
I mean, from what I hear, Borderlands went down from an NC-17 to PG-13.
Yeah, and Eli Roth, like he was basically a director for hire at that point.
Yeah.
Like he barely had any time. Like he was basically someone just who came at the last minute.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but that's not.
I don't
conversation for
I don't
another
put
day.
the blame of Borderlands entirely on Eli Roth. That's a studio thing. That's
Right.
a humongous fuck up with that.
Yeah. But anyway, Mickey 17. If you guys have seen the movie, comment down below.
Yeah,
Tell
this-
us what you think of the movie.
This is a very interesting movie to talk about. Like,
Absolutely.
yeah, there's a lot of opinions on it, and we'd be curious to hear yours.
Yeah, so tell us in the comments below, guys, what you think of the movie. We'd love to hear your thoughts on it.
Remember to like, comment, subscribe. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Threads, Instagram. We now have a TikTok. Next week we'll be reviewing the Electric State and Black Bag.
and Novocaine.
No, yeah.
Some of you guys have got to see Novocaine.
Yeah.
Like it's an original superhero movie almost. So.
Oh, it is a superhero?
Well,
I didn't know anything about it.
You don't know the plot.
No,
All right, real quick. If you don't know what Novocaine is about, it's kind of like Jack Quaid plays this character who it's like starts off kind of like a rom-com. It definitely has that tone of it. It's not a serious movie. The plot of it is the character of that Jack Quaid is playing, who is called Novocaine throughout the movie. Has this ability where he doesn't feel pain.
Okay.
Like Kick-Ass does
Okay.
in that movie, where his nerves, he has an accident of some kind and he doesn't feel pain.
Okay.
So he's able to take damage no matter what happens to him. So it turns out these, like he works at a bank, and these robbers come in and kidnap his girlfriend. It's basically he has to go after them, and it basically turns into a big action film.
Okay, cool.
surrounding
Yeah.
it, and a bunch of different ways that he can take all that.
Yeah.
Have you not seen the trailer for
No,
it?
I didn't even
Dude,
hear about it till
This
yesterday.
trailer has been playing in every movie I've seen since like December.
No,
It's been nuts.
The only trailer I saw yesterday was Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Dude,
They
that's
didn't show us any
that's
other trailers.
insane. You haven't gotten the trailer for this.
Yeah.
This has been playing in
Okay.
front of every
After this
movie.
recording is over, I will watch the trailer.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to watch it.
We'll watch the trailer.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
After this.
Yeah.
So,
Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We hope you enjoyed this, and we hope you stick around for more episodes.
Absolutely.
See you guys later. Bye.
God bless everybody.
I should have looked through it.
We have been the Cinema Asylum Podcast. You guys were awesome. Thanks for coming out.